And he bursts. Is that the end? Oh, shit. Well,
bother.
He's a ghost now.
It was.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the video. And we're watching more Sodor Retold by the amazing Victor Tanzig. I have been enjoying the hell out of these, so I'm stoked to watch a few more episodes. Link in the description below. Be sure to subscribe, check them out. Now let's waste no more time and get into it. Let's do it.
James was waiting anxiously in the shed. His first attempt at pulling coaches had literally gone up in flames. Given what the Fat Controller had told him beforehand, his fate was likely sealed. Oh dear, he groaned. I will surely be executed, and no one will ever see my lovely red paint again. The Fat Controller
probably about right.
soon arrived. Don't worry, James, he began. What happened with the coaches wasn't your fault. It wasn't, sir? James replied. Then what happened? Spontaneous combustion. Oh, okay.
Spontaneous combustion sounds about right.
What happens now? Well, I can't put you on passenger duty, so for the time being, you'll handle trucks. Oh, wacko. James was rightly concerned. He knew as well as any engine how troublesome trucks could be, and they would surely give him grief for what happened with the coaches, which they did.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, lads. One of them began. The firebug's taking us out. The trucks giggled in their silly way.
Firebug.
James was annoyed but undeterred. He set off with his train.
Here we go. The coaches are still there. The old exploded ones. They're still smoldering.
Unfortunately, the journey wasn't uneventful. The trucks would slip on their brakes and their axles would overheat, causing the train to stop. Despite these setbacks, James was still able to reach his destination, but he was very annoyed at the trucks.
So far, everything's going too well right now. Almost.
I'm very annoyed at you trucks, he snapped. And what are you gonna do about it? They retorted. I'm gonna burn you to a crisp. You wouldn't, wouldn't I? James burned the little blighters to ash. The controller wasn't happy about the destruction of railway property.
You just got off the hook.
James had put to the torch the most troublesome trucks on the line. Well done, James, he complimented.
What?
From now on, whenever the trucks give us grief, we'll burn them alive. How about when they don't give us grief, sir? James asked.
How about just
now
eliminating?
You're just being psychotic. Sorry, sir.
Why don't you just eliminate them all together, save everyone the
One night,
trouble?
the engines were resting in the shed after a hard day's work. James was very happy. The Fat Controller said he's going to let me pull the express soon, he proclaimed. All the engines were happy for James, except Gordon, of course. Stuff and nonsense, he snorted. Why would the Fat Controller give my job to a pyromaniac? Because I've never killed any passengers. Touché.
Ooh, we
The
got
next
you
morning,
there.
James was
Got
doing
him
odd
there.
jobs around the yard, but he stopped to watch the express leave. Goodbye, little James, Gordon called. See you tomorrow. Huh? What just happened? I don't know. Let's try that again. What in blazes? The Fat Controller soon appeared.
Huh?
Gordon, what on earth is happening? You should have left already. I'm trying, sir, Gordon replied. But every time I do, I end up back here. Watch. See?
He's in a time loop.
The game must be glitching. Perhaps we should try swapping out engines to see if that helps. James, you're up. James was very excited.
Put me in,
was
coach.
quickly coupled up to the coaches. The guard blew his whistle, and the red engine was off.
He's not stuck in a time loop. Now, I don't know what the hell that was,
He made
but...
good time running down the line. Fields and stations flew by. James was enjoying himself immensely, and despite all the delays, he was somehow able to reach his final destination ahead of schedule. The passengers were very pleased with his performance and
They
thanked him
look
profusely.
very,
At least that's what was supposed to happen. That
impressed.
did happen. But in reality, the moment James departed, he experienced another glitch and wound up in the river. Wait, what?
What? What?
You enjoy tormenting us, don't you? Yeah, kinda. Rotten swine.
Oh, shit. I don't know what's happening.
Thomas the tank engine had been working extra hard lately. The Fat Controller had opened a new branch line and put him in charge of it. Thomas was very excited, especially
be a good
after
one.
he was given a couple of hoes to help him run it. Their names were Annie
Hoes?
and Clarabelle. Annie can only take passengers, but
They're referring Annie and Clarabelle as hoes. I've never seen that before.
Clarabelle is able to carry passengers, luggage, and the guard. I guess that makes me the only useful one. What do we need this thought for? 'Cause you you got?
Although it just reminds me, I may have to quote something I heard from Diesel D199 a long time ago. I'm pretty sure he once said that Annie and Clarabelle may be old, but they get the job done. Do what you will with that information.
Too much junk in your trunk, you strumpet. Thomas always laughed
Strumpet?
whenever his girls had a go at each other. You should check out their OnlyFans, he would say to the others.
What?
But since none of them were simps, they didn't.
No! I don't want to think about that.
Then.
Get that out of my head.
Since Henry was a hopeless simp, he was often late to pick up his coaches.
No.
One day, he was very late bringing them to the station where Thomas was waiting.
No.
Sorry, he said. Don't worry about it, Thomas replied. I understand. Now I can be on my way. I just need to wait for the guard to blow his whistle. Any second now. Any second. Oh, for crying out. Oh, sorry, said the guard before blowing his whistle.
Why are there
Thomas took off
prostitutes
so
on the
fast
island
he left him
now?
behind. Stop you!
What is happening?
And he called, "What did you call me?" Thomas exclaimed as he slammed on his brakes. I called you a... Why? Because you left the guard behind you, said Clarabelle. Whoops. Thomas backed up to the station and picked up his guard.
Why is his
departed
face
yet
behind-
again
He
and
had a
had to
mustache.
make up for lost time.
His mustache was on his neck. Anyway.
He was very late arriving at the final station. The Fat Controller was not
It's-
pleased.
it's nighttime.
In fact, he was so displeased, he decided to scrap Thomas. Wait, what?
What? Already?
Thomas loves working on his branch line.
I thought he was getting
Runs by
scrapped.
fields and
What
through
happened?
The hills. But his favorite part is the bridge that passes over the
Ah,
Ilz
here we
River.
go.
He would often see people fishing along the bank. I'd love to have a go at that, he would say. How
Would
are you
you?
gonna fish when you don't have hands? His driver would reply. The other engines would say the same thing whenever he went on about fishing, although James had another opinion. Fishing is a cruel barbaric practice. How do you mean? How would you like to be ripped out of your natural habitat with a hook through your cheek, only to then suffocate to death?
Is that what's gonna happen?
One day at Elsbridge Station.
I have a feeling.
Hey, I just figured out how the station got its name. Good for you. Anyway,
Wow.
while at the station, Thomas was hoping to take on water, but the tower was out of order. Bother, he
Nice
said.
sign.
I'm thirsty. Don't worry, Thirsty, said his driver. We'll fill you up from the river. Thomas headed towards the river immediately. When he arrived, his driver and fireman went down with a couple of buckets to fill them up with water. It took several trips for Thomas's tanks to be filled up. That water tastes funny, he complained.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Did you make sure there wasn't anything in it? Like what? Well, fish? Yes, we made sure. You'll be all right. But he wouldn't be. Not long after leaving the bridge, Thomas began to feel a pain in his boiler. I'm sorry to say his crew hadn't been as careful about checking the water as they claimed. There were fish swimming around in
God.
his tanks. Some had gotten stuck in his pipes, causing pressure to build.
He's got a whole ass aquarium in there. What do you mean you couldn't see them?
There's too much steam, his driver warned. Oh dear, Thomas moaned. I'm going to burst. I'm going to...
And he bursts. Is that the end? Oh shit! Well,
Oh, bother.
he's a ghost now.
It was winter on the island of Sodor,
shit.
despite it being summer everywhere else. Thomas was puffing along his branch line.
Okay.
He was having a lovely day until he spotted Terence the tractor plowing in a field. It was horrifying, he told the other engines. Why? Gordon asked. Didn't you hear what the narrator just said? Yes, he said. Wait, do you mean... Ew! What's worse is I had the biggest Sunday school in my coaches. Ah, don't be such a prude, Thomas, Terence snapped. They'll have to learn about that stuff someday. Just keep it in your trousers from now on. No promises.
Well, as we have learned, Terrence was literally plowing. Okay.
The next day, Thomas set off with a passenger train. A lot of snow had fallen during the night. His driver was worried about it blocking the track, but Thomas wasn't. Silly soft stuff, he said.
Yeah,
Watch
I would
me
be-
give it a
should
good
be worried.
plowing. Wait. To his credit, Thomas was able to break through most of it, but when he tried to tackle a rather large snowdrift, he got stuck. He had to wait until help arrived. Sure enough, it did.
Well, that was
What's
quick.
up, my homies? The tractor is here.
Wait.
Don't ever say that again.
Don't let him behind you.
All right, fine. I'll take the girls away first, and then I'll come back for you, Thomas.
Oh, I
Don't
know.
go
What-
anywhere.
No.
Ha
Well, oh my god.
ha.
I knew it.
Boxes. I thought you'd forgotten about me. What were you doing? Annie and Clarabelle. What?
He was doing all right. Oh, that's a great way to end this one. Okay. You guys know the drill. Comment your part below. We'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, turn the notification bell, officially upload Twitter, Discord. Links to those are in the description. They'll become a member, join a bunch of all exclusive perks. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Have a good one.